What's up, everybody? How we doing this evening? Episode 3 of No Huddle is here. Oh, damn. Hey, hi, everybody. So what is going on in the NFL world? We got playoffs this weekend. We got the divisional rounds going on. Want to hear from anybody that's a fan of any of the other 31 teams. Obviously, we'll be hearing from Raider fans. They're always in the chat. But this is a chance for anybody that's a fan of a team that's playing in the playoffs right now, or if you were eliminated last week and you want to talk your team's talk, let me know. I'm going to put the link up a little bit later on. Want to hear your take on why you think your team failed to make it to the next round, or if they're still in it, what do you think your chances are this weekend? So let's talk it up. Let's see who's in the chat with us right now. I know Sacktown Mike is here. We've got Jack is in the house. Ja Raid is here right now. Daniel Berry's in the house. So what did Ja Raid say here? Spytech was impressed with Clint Kubiak. I hope that's who it is for us, for the Raiders. I'm kind of hoping that's who we end up with. That's my number one. It's all up to Clint. Yeah, again, it all depends on how long we got to wait for them now, too. I mean, they get knocked out this week, then it's a quicker fix. If we're going to wait till the end of the playoffs, if they make it to the Super Bowl, then we're delayed a little bit. But I still think we'll be okay. I don't think we're going to be stuck with what we had happen last year, where we were just kind of – we took what was left over at the end, because a lot of teams have made their decisions up already. So, Mike, you like that song? I like that one, too. That's why I use that as, like, the little warm-up at the start. What's up, linebacker you? What's up, my guy? How you doing tonight? So, just want to hopefully the chat fill up a little bit, see who else is here from any of the other teams in the league. But, I mean, we could always start talking Raiders. That's pretty much who's in the chat right now that's talking are all Raider fans. So, not that that's a bad thing. Trust me. So if any of you guys in here that know anybody that's a fan of another team in the NFL, tell them to share the link, man. Hit that subscribe, give the thumbs up. If you don't have the notifications turned on, make sure you turn those on too. And, I want to stop filling this thing up with fans of other teams, man. What's up, AO? What's going on, my guy? Who's going to be DC and Dallas? That I don't know. I don't know what the hell Dallas is doing. That they're just in a weird spot, that team. I don't know. I have no clue. I mean, right now with us going through what we're going through with the Raiders, I mean, that's pretty much the only team that I'm really paying attention to as far as the coaching goes. Like the head coach thing. As far as if another team's looking for like a DC or an OC, I'm not following too much unless it's a head coach, because if a head coach gets hired before we get ours, that's just one more scratched off our list. We all know that Harbaugh's going to the Giants. That's a no-brainer. That's pretty much a done deal now. Fuck the rest. What's up, Michael? Robert Blank keeping all bright. So what does that mean for the new head coach? Oh, you're talking about for Atlanta, right? I don't know. And that's the other thing, too. You look at these teams. I know we've discussed this on Tuesday night on the Most Notorious, and then we talked a little bit about it on Wednesday night, like ranking the teams, like what's the most appealing teams as far as the way we rank them. I know ESPN had them ranked a little bit differently. I personally thought the Giants was the number one, and now they're off the board now too. I don't think Atlanta's that far behind. We're definitely the highest. I think we're probably maybe 3 or 4 would be my take on that. Mainly because it's just that number one pick. That's enticing to a coach. If they want to build their team and they want to take their quarterback, they can take it with the number one. Or if that's not their goal and they want to do something different, As long as whoever we hire is on the same page as Spy Tech, then there's a good chance that it's going to get done. You know, Brian Flores will fit well with the Ravens or Steelers. See, and that's why I think the Ravens are up there too, as far as within the top 4 or 5 easily. You've got a quarterback. Yeah, he's a little injury prone and banged up. Their biggest fault right now is their salary cap. They're strapped. But again, you've still got a running back in Derrick Henry. You've got your quarterback. Your defense isn't bad at all. So they're definitely a viable option. Tennessee, they're still a complete disaster. You got a quarterback in Cam Ward, but how good is he compared to they just don't have enough around him. That's the fucking problem, man. I don't know if has he even had an interview yet, Spagnuolo? Has he interviewed with anybody yet? No. Because I know we talked to Nagy's on our list. I don't know if it was Spagnuolo on any list or has he even been talked to at this point. Let's see. Well, how about do what Flacco will translate with Dart? Oh, I think they're going to be just absolutely fantastic in New York. I think that team is especially in that division now because the Cowboys are going to do cowboy things. The Redskins, let's wait and see what happens with them. The Eagles, I mean, they could be on a downswing now. They could be starting to falter a little bit. I think their window's slowly closing. But I think the Giants are right to take that division at some point soon. And I think Miami does have a fire sale. I mean, their team's falling apart. Tua is definitely not the quarterback for them anymore. He's too concussion prone. So they're going to need a quarterback. They've got running backs. They've got decent wide receivers. Hill, who knows what's going to happen with him. The defense is a little suspect. And again, they're in a tough division. Patriots have come on strong again now. The Bills are still the Bills. The Jets will be the Jets. They're going to continue to be middle of the pack, or if not worse. So it's like, so they did interview Spagnuolo. Okay. I didn't know Spagnuolo even got an interview with anybody. That's why I was kind of surprised on that. Let's see. I'm hearing we're going to hire Webb. I know we did bring him in. Right? Didn't we bring him in for an interview? Oh, would they talk to him? That's right, because he's still in the playoffs. That is an intriguing thought with him as a possibility. I'm still on with Kubiak. My number 2 fallback would be LaFleur. I want nothing to do with Cliff Kingsbury. As far as a defensive-minded coach, the only one that I would seriously consider that would still be on my list would be Robert Saleh. After that, I don't even want to waste my time with some of these other defensive-minded players. I want a young offensive-minded coach. Yeah, he's not on our list for interviews. I didn't think so. We looked it over yesterday, too. Jason Garrett, if I was Titans, I'd go. No, Jason Garrett. He's still. Cleveland dumped Garrett and also start over. Oh, Myles Garrett. That's going to be a tough contract to unload. Some teams will take it, though. Some teams will bite on it. They'd have to probably restructure. If that's who you're talking about, if you're talking about Myles Garrett, I mean, he's not going to win anything there. I can tell you that right now for sure. Let's see. Albert Breer is saying that Davis Webb is the front runner right now. What are your thoughts? I just saw that for the first time. I was watching Captain Jack, and somebody had said, you had said it actually, Mike. You had mentioned it, that he was kind of like a odds-on favorite for that. That's the first I heard of it when you mentioned it, and then you just brought it up again too. So, I mean, I at this point, I mean, I don't want to just jump at the first one. I still would like to see what we could cook with some of these guys that are still in the playoffs. If there's still a possibility, unless they've come out and they've said to Spy Tech that they're not interested, then that's a different story. I heard Webb is not in their plans. So you're hearing different things, but it's like, what do you believe? You know, Flores and McDaniels were perfect fit in Atlanta. Um, I don't know if McDaniels is going to get a head coaching job right away. To be honest with you, I think he may have to be one of those former head coaches that goes back to being a coordinator first to kind of rebuild his name back up again. You know, like a Tomlin, Harbaugh, that's different. They both had success where they were, so I could see Harbaugh getting a job right away as a head coach. That's kind of a no brainer at that point. He just had an off season this year. Mike McDaniel, he had some early success in Miami, but hasn't been able to sustain that for any length of time. So I don't know if you'd see McDaniels get a head coach. I could be wrong, but that's just my take on that. You may see him fall back to being an OC again for a couple of years and build his resume back up. If he comes in as an OC on another team and helps turn a team around and make them, you know, one of the top contenders in the league, that's only going to help him. It's not going to hurt him. Jumping into another head coaching job, and if they falter, that's only going to hurt him for future opportunities. So the smart move might be to not jump into another head coaching opportunity. And Flores would just be, yeah. I would think so much talent in Atlanta on that offense, man. It would be a good fit for either one of them because they're both good offensive-minded talent. They're just following the Rooney rule. What's up, Jay? What's going on, my guy? Jason Garrett's getting pity interviews. He should just, if we're talking the same Jason Garrett, we're talking about the one that used to coach for the the Cowboys that does the Sunday Night Football on NBC. I can't see him getting another head coaching job either. Have they fired Douche yet? No, not that I'm aware of. I think he's still on the list. Actually, that's a good question. I want to look at the teams, see if they still show all the coaches or if they've gotten rid of any others. Oh no, he's still there. Both Carrolls are still there. Deuce is still there. Yeah, nothing's changed in the coaching aspect, it looks like. So they'll probably end up waiting until they pick a head coach, and then he's gonna have to make his choices on what he wants to do. Kubiak is the only guy we interviewed twice Zoom calls so far. Yeah. Better opportunity, Pittsburgh and Tennessee. Pittsburgh's got a defense, but their problem with this, the problem I think with Pittsburgh is they got no viable quarterback right now. So they're in that quarterback purgatory where you don't know what's happening with Aaron Rodgers. Is he going to come back again or not? More than likely, he's probably going to retire now. At least with Tennessee, you've got a second year quarterback. You've got an semblance of of players there that you could probably put something together. Pittsburgh's got a good defense, no worries about that. But their offense is so lacking. It's the quarterback could change everything for them. So right now, I would probably have to say Tennessee's probably a better opportunity for Pittsburgh. The only thing with Pittsburgh that's good is they don't give up on coaches right away. They've got one hell of a culture. They've had 3 coaches since 1970. And Tomlin being the third one, he resigned. He didn't even get fired. So Pittsburgh shows they have an ability to be patient with a coach. But in these times now, with some of these newer coaches, will a coach last as long as what Tomlin did? It remains to be seen at this point. MGM has Raiders taking Kubiak right now. They're 1-1. They get Harbaugh, the Giants, correct? No, they're on money there. See, and I think Arizona's in the same boat as Pittsburgh too. It's still the quarterback question. Is Kyler Murray still the answer for them down there? Whoever they hire, is that who that guy's going to want to go with for his quarterback? They've got a good running game, but again, Connor got knocked out early. I should know because I drafted him and I lost him to the IR like this first game of the season, and I just couldn't even use him. I had a problem with running backs all year in that league. But the one thing with Arizona is they get an early pick too, so that's another good thing. I like the idea of Shula with Mike LaFleur, get two birds with one stone, defensive mind, offensive mind. But I worry OC does so great, other teams will snatch him off our hands for head coach, and that's going to happen if we end up getting, an OC, a guy that comes in as OC, and it's always going to happen, and you got to expect that if whoever comes in here and turns his team around, whether it's the head coach, head coach probably won't go anywhere else, but your OC and your DC, if this team gets turned around while those three are in charge, whoever they are, they're going to get looked at for possible head coaching jobs because they were part of turning around an organization that's just been bottom of the barrel for years now. Can't get out of its own way. Can't make the right decisions no matter what we do. We're just stuck in the mud where we're just not progressing. So yeah, expect that if we do turn this around with whoever comes in to be our coaches, you're going to expect to have some of them probably get fleeced from the team. It's going to happen, most of the top guys for Tennessee on defense are coming up on contract. Hooker already said he and others are heading to Vrabel. And that's the other thing. You're going to have teams, because I heard reports that Linderbaum wants to follow Harbaugh to New York. So that's going to make that difficult for us to try and get him in free agency. I know everybody's been, and I've been too, let's go all in on Linderbaum. So yeah, you're going to have players that are going to want to follow coaches. And it's the same thing I felt last year when we brought Pete Carroll as a head coach, that he was going to bring players in that were going to play for us and do well. He brought players in that played for him before that followed him here in a way, but they weren't that good. They didn't really help us, Yeah, see, I don't think so either. He had like one, maybe two good years, and that was back with Cliff Kingsbury. He hasn't done jack since he's been gone, Oh, we're going to get into that too, Mike, for sure. We'll talk about the games this weekend. He's a great Call of Duty player. You ought to just stick to that. Yeah, he brought in Geno, Adams, Forsythe, Lockett. Granted, Lockett was later in the year. Forsythe was mainly, he didn't bring him ahead of time. He brought him in because of injuries to Holt Miller, and we needed a left tackle. We had no choice there. Again, the players he brought in, I mean, Adams played okay. I didn't really have a problem with him. But Geno, my God. Everybody thought we were going to be fine with him as our quarterback after week one, after that game, but that just all went to shit pretty freaking fast, That lasted all of 4 quarters, and then he just went back to playing like shit first game on Monday night against the Chargers, game 2. So, you know what? I'm going to... Yeah, I got you a text accelerator. All right, I'm going to put the link up now. I'm only going to bring in one person at a time. I'm not going to have it opened up for like 1,000,001 people. So the link's in the chat. And again, like I said, it's going to be one person at a time, and it's not going to be for like an hour-long type of thing with each person. It's going to be a few minutes, and then we'll move on to someone else if someone else wants to come in. Let's see. This is why I want offensive-minded coach, because he can find a new DC. The OC are hard to find and replace. A new scheme will be placed on QB. It's better to have an OC as head coach. We won't switch schemes on QB. Yeah, and again, if you get like, say, a LaFleur, who's not LaFleur, Kubiak, but LaFleur too, but if you get like a Kubiak, who's an offensive coordinator, there's no reason why he can't run the offense. Do you need to get an offensive coordinator if he can run it? Maybe not. I mean, we'll see. Do you see John Harbaugh improving? Yeah, I do. I do see the Giants improving with him there. And like I just said a few minutes ago, Bono, what's up, man? Welcome in. I saw reports that Linderbaum wants to follow him to New York, so that's already going to improve their offensive line. if he does bring him in as a free agent. So that's another big thing for them. What's up, Moval? What's going on, my guy? Let's see. We got Hobo here pretending to be Dolphin Jeff. What's up, man?
Hey, everybody. I'm Dolphin Jeff, the biggest Dolphins fan in America.
Yeah. What's up?
How you doing, man? So you got my text, right, man, about Simpson? I'd rather have him than Mendoza.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, man. But I mean that, man. Like, everybody's heart is set on Mendoza, and like if we select him, I'm cool with that, right? Mendoza's talented, but I think Simpson is a better quarterback because he's done the same stuff as Mendoza, but against a better competition. I mean, especially better defenses. So I feel like if we draft Ty Simpson, I'd be way happier because I feel like he's more NFL ready, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying. So linebacker, with exception of Tom Landry, name a defensive head coach that won a Super Bowl. Belichick was the defensive guy.
Yeah, and he won like 6 rings, right?
Yeah, he was totally defense.
Mike Ditka.
No, he was the offensive-minded guy.
Wasn't he? I thought he was a defense dude.
He was, he kind of came off as a defensive-minded guy, but you're talking about a guy that played tight end his entire career in the pros, too.
Did Buddy Ryan win one?
No, not as a head coach. Belichick's the one that comes to mind. Pete Carroll. Yeah, true.
Yeah, Pete Carroll.
What the hell's the guy's name that the first head coach in was it Baltimore? That won with them.
Are you talking about Baltimore Ravens or Baltimore Colts?
Baltimore Ravens. Shit, what the hell was his name?
I'm looking it up right now because I want to see too.
Yeah, see, and that's what I thought. Ditka was considered offense, even though it was the defense that won for them. Buddy Ryan won it as a coordinator, not as a head coach. Brian Billick, that's it. Thank you. That's the name. Wasn't he defensive?
Brian Billick, yeah.
Wasn't he a defensive-minded head coach? I thought. I could be wrong. Don't hold me to it, but I thought so.
No, he was a tight ends coach and an OC.
See, I don't know that much about Simpson. I mean, how many games has he played in college? Because that's the big knock on Moore, which is why people are happy that he's going back to the college for one more season at least, because he doesn't have that many games under his belt.
He is a sophomore or junior. I know he's played 3 years. So, or actually, he's played 4 years. He's actually a senior right now. So, but he declared like a week ago or something like that, and they weren't expecting him to declare, I guess, but he did. But I mean, this guy is really good.
See, I thought Billick was defense. I was wrong, but it's been so long since he was a coach. I honestly didn't remember. So he was offense.
I'm trying to remember. Mike Sherman didn't win a ring anyway. Holmgren was an offense guy. It's weird how I'm having a brain freeze right now.
Yeah,
there's been more defensive coaches to win Super Bowls for sure. We just can't think of them. Like the Steelers had coach all those years in the 70s. Forget his name.
Trippy, I think you're on there. I think you're on that. Mike Tomlin, Bill Belichick for sure. Pete Carroll, yes. John Harbaugh, yeah. Chuck Noll, Bill Cowher.
Chuck Noll, that's what I was talking about.
Yeah, Harbaugh was special teams. Yeah, he was more of a special teams guy before you got a shot at running the team. Trippy, I put the link in. I definitely want to get you on tonight too because I want to talk Steelers with you tonight. So make sure you click that link when you can. I want to definitely get you in.
So Jeff, who do you want for everybody that's out there right now for coach? Who do you want?
Again, I've already been on record that Kubiak's my number one.
Kubiak's your number one.
Yeah, my number two would be LaFleur. After that, Kind of up
Which
in the air.
one, Mike or Matt?
Matt LaFleur.
Matt LaFleur for the Packers.
Yeah. No, I'm sorry, from the Rams.
Oh yeah, so that's Mike, the younger brother.
Yeah. You got me confused.
I don't fully trust Kubiak yet because like he wasn't great at all with the Saints. He seems to have a better squad in Seattle, and that's help. I'm not saying he would suck or anything.
Yeah.
But I just haven't seen enough for to think that he's like this future superstar that people are kind of trying to crown him as right now.
All right, so he's saying Chuck Noll was an offensive guy. He brought some of the Cordell with him. Okay.
Chuck Noll's offense?
Yeah. Based on what he's saying, yeah.
Didn't the 49ers win a couple with a defense coach?
What's up, Ardell? Say that again?
Didn't the Niners win a couple of Super Bowls with a defense coach at some point?
Well, the only coaches that won Super Bowls with them was Bill Walsh and George Seifert.
The Cowboys.
Seifert won one. Bill Walsh won the other ones. And get Joe Gibbs, because if somebody says Joe Gibbs was definitely offensive-minded. No.
Who was coaching the Broncos in the late 90s when they won those back-to-back Super Bowls?
Oh, that was Shanahan.
Was it?
The little rat Shanahan. The father.
Yeah. Okay.
What's up, Tyler? Yeah,
I remember when they beat the Packers.
Just one of them. That was the Steve Young Super Bowl.
I remember when the Broncos beat the Packers in the Super Bowl, man. Nobody was expecting that.
Packers beat the who?
When the Broncos beat the Packers in the Super Bowl.
I think he said the 49ers. I'm like, how's that possible?
The 49ers do kind of have the Packers numbers in the playoffs, though, usually.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I got the Bills going to the Super Bowl for the AFC side. And I'm still thinking the Rams for the NFC side, although they did shake my confidence a lot, letting the Jags get as close as they did. Or I'm sorry. I'm getting somebody confused. Anyway.
The Texans.
Yeah. I'm getting a game of theirs confused. Did they play the Jags in their final game of the season or something and lose?
Who? Pittsburgh?
The Rams. The Rams had who did the Rams play last week in the playoffs?
Oh shit. Fuck, who did they go and play?
It was a team that wasn't supposed to be on their level, but kind of gave them a game.
Carolina?
Yeah.
The 49ers were in Philly, so yeah, Carolina.
It was the Panthers, yeah. Okay, so my
John Rady,
coach. My confidence is somewhat shaken in the Rams because of how close they let the Panthers come. But on the other hand, the Panthers are better than people think they are, and the Rams probably just underestimated them. But the Rams are so stacked at every position. They have basically a super squad right now.
I actually picked the Bears.
The Bears?
Mm-hmm. So this I'm going to read off my picks to you right now, what I did.
Yeah.
So I had to submit those today. So I took Buffalo, Houston. I did take Chicago. Yeah, I took the Bears. I took Buffalo, Houston, Seattle, Chicago. And I picked Buffalo and Seattle in the Super Bowl. And I took Seattle to win it. That's what I picked.
You think Seattle will beat the Rams again?
Yeah, because number one, they're playing in Seattle, so that in itself is a huge, huge thing. That's big.
God, if it's the Hawks and Bills, I'm definitely going to cheer the Bills just because I like Josh Allen.
I need the Broncos knocked out, and I need Houston to win because I need the Patriots out if the Broncos get knocked out, because can't have the Patriots hosting an AFC championship game. Just can't do it. The Patriots cannot get home field advantage for the AFC championship. If they do, they're winning it and they'll be in the Super Bowl. And living in New England, I can't deal with that shit, man. I can't. I'll go crazy.
What's it been, 6 years since they've been to a game?
Who? The
The
Patriots?
Patriots, yeah.
What, like a
To an
playoff
AFC,
game or a Super
no, it's
Bowl?
the AFC Championship game.
Oh, I don't know.
What
I don't know that much about them. I could give two shits about them. I
I'm
hate
saying
them.
is they haven't been dominant for a while. Like
What's
they've
up,
been
Marcus?
last like half decade they haven't been that good, you know.
Yeah.
Um,
So linebacker, you're seeing Rams versus Pats in the Super Bowl. Ugh. I'm all for the Rams then.
I hate the Rams almost as much as the Cowboys. And then the
Yeah,
next one, the Falcons. I hate all these Hollywood elitist type of teams. So like Cowboys, Rams, Falcons. To some extent, the Titans too, just because that like Nashville is kind of like another Hollywood now.
Yeah. Are you kidding me? The Bears and Bills in the Super Bowl. Can you imagine if Ben Johnson takes them to a Super Bowl, how Raider fans are gonna be like, we should have had him as a coach. That's what's gonna start. You're gonna start with all that crap. It's gonna go crazy. Raiders fans are gonna go nuts.
Well, he turned down even an interview, didn't he?
Yeah, he didn't even want to come here. Well, why would he? We had no quarterback to speak of. We weren't going to be able to get one in the draft, more than likely. The best option for him was going to Chicago, in all honesty. He was going to come in with a second-year quarterback that's good, just needed some right things around him. You know, they built up that offensive line, which is what they needed to do. So they fleeced the Chiefs for two offensive linemen. And look what happened to the Chiefs without those two guys. Their offense was horrible. They couldn't get out of their own way, and their defense was taking a beating. You know, the Chiefs were a completely different team this year. They didn't look good the year before. Their offense was struggling a little bit, and it was their defense that got them to the Super Bowl. If they didn't have such a good defense, they never would have been in that Super Bowl with the Eagles. And when they did get to the Super Bowl, they got their ass whooped. Eagles had their number big time.
Well, you could just tell after the first quarter of that Super Bowl that the Chiefs were wildly overrated. Because, I mean, the Eagles just made it look like easy. You know what I'm saying? Like they were like basically schoolyard bullies out there against the Chiefs.
All right, Trippy. Just come in when you're ready, and I'll swap you out with Dolphin Jeff over here.
Yeah, I forgot I'm a Dolphins fan. But, well, the last thing I'll say before you let me go, before you let Trippy.
No, you're good. He's not going to be out for like another 10, 15 minutes.
Oh, okay. But I don't trust the Bears to get to the Super Bowl just for the simple fact that it's very rare that a first-year head coach goes to a Super Bowl.
Oh, God, yeah, I agree. Washington, well, no, that's right. That would have been a rookie quarterback, not the head coach. That's right. As I say, because Washington almost did it last year, but that wasn't the first year for the head coach. Well, either way, Dan Quinn's not a rookie head coach either. He's been a coach before.
Yeah, and I think Ben Johnson will get there in a couple of years or within a couple of years. But I just don't know. There's something.
He gets there this year, to be honest with you. I think he's got a real good shot.
Well, he's done an amazing job. Like at the beginning of the year, everybody picked the Lions to just dominate the NFC North and the NFC in general. And then the Bears were supposed to be the bottom feeders. And it completely flipped in like 1 year. It makes us jealous because we were thinking like, why can't we flip that way in a single year? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But we don't have that.
But the chances of are very slim, unfortunately. You know, it's not a common thing where, you know, a new coach comes in and they take over and, you know, they excel that good, you know, that well. You know, and it so happens that it's this year that it happens with Chicago. I mean, they're one game away from making it to the NFC Championship. You know, which is amazing.
Who are they playing?
They get the Rams in Chicago, and the weather's supposed to be pretty shitty. We're supposed to get snow tonight, starting overnight tonight into tomorrow. So this weekend's supposed to be wintry mix all weekend long. So it's gonna be fun here in New England this weekend.
Yeah, I'm in Iowa, so I'm definitely getting a lot of that. The winds are like 40 miles per hour right now.
You guys, yeah,
the winds are like 40 miles per hour right now. So we're getting some stuff pretty good, but if the Bears beat the Rams, like the whole country is going to be on their side after that.
Oh God, yeah. I think anybody from the NFC is going to want to see the Bears make it. I think it's just that Cinderella story. You know, it's a feel good type of thing here. You know, it's like you're taking a team that's been so down in the dumps for the last few years, you know, and all of a sudden they just come right back like that, and with a vengeance too. Not only just come back, I mean they're coming back on fire. You know.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's nice to see. Like I've been kind of cheering them this year. You know what I mean? Like not that I'm adopting them as like a second team or nothing, but I've been behind them. You know what I'm saying? But what I was going to tell you is I want Jesse Minter. That's who I would like to see coaching us.
I know he's high on the list too, supposedly.
Yeah, they interviewed him the other day.
Yeah.
And they
Linebacker Hughes got a question for you. He goes, Hayden Fry or Kirk Ferentz, who you taking?
Hayden Fry or Kirk Ferentz. Kirk Ferentz. Just because he's hard to explain. It's like Kirk Ferentz is really boring in the fact that he sticks within his system, but he's so good at the system he's developed that he's pretty much always guaranteed some degree of success. You know, it's the only thing about Kirk Ferentz I don't like is that he actively like campaigns to keep star quarterbacks away from the Hawkeyes. He doesn't want a really, really good. He literally just doesn't want all the Hawkeyes to have a top tier quarterback because he's so focused on, you know, the reputation of the defense and keeping the defense stuff going. You know, he's turned down so many star quarterbacks that could have been stars for the Hawkeyes.
Yeah.
And
so are you a Iowa Hawkeyes fan then too? Or?
Well, a little bit, yeah, because I went to the school. You know, and yeah, I kind of keep up with it, but every quarterback the Hawkeyes get is garbage, really, most of the time.
So he says Ferentz is so successful, just like Schembeck and Hayden Fry, no natties though. Yeah, I don't know enough the college coaches, so I have no idea.
Well, Kirk Ferentz came in like the Hawkeyes were an awful team in the 90s. Terrible. 2 to 3 wins every year. Most of the time, 2 or 1, right?
Yeah.
And he, within 2 years, had them in a winning season. And I believe they've had a winning season just about every season since then. So, I mean, he turned that program around really fast.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you this. No, go ahead. Sorry.
And that's not easy to do because Iowa is not exactly an attractive place. Not a lot of star players want to come to Iowa. You know what I mean? Because they think of it as corn and field, and you know what I mean. So, recruiting is a bitch. What were you going to ask?
Obviously, you're going to probably watch the game Monday night, right? Between Indiana, and Miami. Who are you picking in that game?
I mean, I don't know that darn much about this, but I would pick Miami. I feel like Miami's a better overall team. I mean, like I know there's the Fernando factor and all that, but Miami's a better overall team from what I can gather.
I think either way, it's going to be a good game. It really depends on how much Miami can disrupt him with their defense. If they can disrupt Mendoza, it could be a completely different game than what people are thinking.
So they're not doing a Monday night playoffs this week?
For what, NFL?
Yeah.
No, it's only the wild card where they do multiple days. Divisional playoffs, it's strictly Saturday, Sunday. So everybody pretty much has the same amount of time off, minus, give or take a day. Because the championship will be on next Sunday, both the AFC and NFC. Then you'll have a week off with no football except for the Pro Bowl, and then the Super Bowl after that.
Who's playing this week again? Hold on, I gotta check who's playing.
I'll bring it up. I got it up here. Hold on. What's up, Willie Wayne? Yeah, I don't think Aaron Glenn should be head coach either. And of all teams to go to, the Jets. I mean, that's almost like career suicide going to the Jets, man. They're just so bad as an organization. Bueno says Miami a better overall team than Ohio. Accelerator surpassed me what you're smoking. So these are the games for this weekend. So we got the Bills at the Broncos on Saturday at 4:30, and
Yeah.
then 49ers at Seahawks at Saturday night at 8:15, and then Sunday at 3 o'clock is the Texans at New England, and then at 6:30 on Sunday it's the Rams at the Bears. So those are the games this weekend.
So I'm gonna pick the Bills to get by the Broncos.
Good choice.
I feel like it'll be like a 17-13 or 20-16 type of game. I'm actually going to take the Niners over the Seahawks. I say that's my upset for the week.
Okay.
I feel like the Seahawks are good, but like in the playoffs, it really comes down to coaching, and I feel like Schottenheimer's a better coach. You know what I'm saying? I mean, did I just say Schottenheimer? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I know what you mean.
I'm Texans over the Patriots. I think that defense is going to be too much for a rookie quarterback to overcome in the playoffs. I just can't see the Patriots winning that.
He's not a rookie.
What?
Drake May's not a rookie.
Isn't he?
No, this is his second year.
Oh yeah, it is his second year.
Yeah.
That's how much I pay attention to the Patriots, man. And I said the Rams, and I still feel like the Rams, but I'm going to pick the Bears because I want them to win. But the Rams will probably win.
Seattle just screams 2002 Giants just come out and win. I'm telling you, I think Seahawks have that ability. As a Raiders fan, I don't care who wins that game. I have no feeling either way. I know some Raider fans can't stand San Francisco because they live on the West Coast, and that's the team that they despise a lot. Just like me living in New England, I despise the Patriots more than any other team you see on this screen right now. So watching the Patriots go down is a beautiful thing. So I just have the way I would like to see the San Fran Seahawks game go is the 49ers win to knock the Seahawks out so we can move on Kubiak faster and get him in for a physical face-to-face interview and get more in depth with him and then start really narrowing this down. Other than that, we'll have to wait at least another week if he makes it to the championship. Either way, but for football purposes and just the two teams, I'm still going Seattle to win that game. I just can't see them losing at home. I can't.
So what about Bills Broncos?
Oh, that's Bills all the way.
That's your hate for the Broncos talking. I mean, I picked the Bills.
No,
too,
I just think the Bills are a better put together, a much better put together team. The Broncos. The only thing that's scaring the Broncos is their defense. Their offense does not scare me one bit, and I think the Bills' defense can handle that offense. I just don't think the Broncos are as good as everybody is what they come off to be. I think they just got lucky in a lot of these games. They didn't win a lot of games by a lot of points either. A lot of their wins were by very few points, very close margins. So I just don't think the only positive Denver's going to have is good defense and they're playing at home. But you can't even say the weather's an issue because Buffalo plays in worse weather than they do half the time during the winter.
Yeah, I agree.
Just think if the Bills win and the Texans win, that means the AFC Championships game is in Houston. So it's indoors, nice weather, even playing field for both teams at that point. It's just that one's getting the home field advantage.
Wow. I'm not even going to ask you about Texans Patriots because I know what you're going to say about that one. So,
I think it's still going to be a tight game, but I think the Texans defense is going to. I think they're going to step up to the task.
Yeah, I mean,
if the Houston Texans can run the ball the same way they did last week against this Patriots defense, I think they'll do okay. And that's what they need to do. They don't need C.J. Stroud to go out there and throw for 250, 300 yards. They need a controlled, balanced game. They need to just crush it in the run game like they did last week. They just ran all over Pittsburgh. They couldn't stop the run.
Yeah, that was kind of crazy to see. That whole game was weird, man. First of all, the game was really boring.
See, which one? The Pittsburgh game?
Yeah, Steelers.
I don't think it was boring. I thought it was a great game. I mean, all the games last week were good. You know, this week they should be even better because you're narrowing down the ultimate. You know, the better of the teams that are left in the NFL. So these games are going to be some good games this weekend. It definitely, there's no two ways about it.
And I assume you're taking the Bears over the Rams because you said Bears Super Bowl.
I didn't say Bears Super Bowl. I got Seattle going to the Super Bowl.
Oh, didn't you say when I first called in that you thought the Bears would do it?
Mm-mm. No, I figured I think the Bears will win this because number one, they're playing at home. The weather's going to be shitty. The Rams are a West Coast team. This could count against them this time. You know, they got lucky when they went to Philly last week. They didn't go to Philly. That's right. They were in Carolina, so they had decent weather. The only thing that I'm looking at linebacker use message here, does Denver's defense contain Allen? Allen's a little banged up, so that's still up in the air as far as what's going to happen with him. You know, is he going to be able to have a game like everybody's expecting? You know, I hope he does. I definitely hope he does. But again, that's Denver's defense. Is like I said, they're the scariest thing on that team is their defense. As long as the Bills and Texans hold on to that trophy, I don't want the Rams or the Niners.
Yeah, I'm cool with anybody but the Rams winning, honestly, the Super Bowl, but I just think that it's probably going to happen.
Yeah. I still think, you know what, in linebacker, I still think as long as McCaffrey's healthy, the 49ers is still extremely lethal. You know, and it's not even just his ability to run the ball. It's his hands out of the backfield catching the ball. I mean, the guy is just phenomenal. He's just such an amazing talent that he just adds another whole dimension to that offense. You know, you watch games when they play. When he's not on the field, that offense gets kind of stale. They don't move as much. Granted, Brian Roberts is still a decent running back, but he ain't putting up the same type of numbers that McCaffrey can. You know, Brian Roberts is a good running back, but he's no McCaffrey. You know, they lose McCaffrey, they're screwed. I mean, the other thing that hurts the 49ers, they got no Kittle now. Snapped his Achilles last week, so he's done the rest of the season. You won't see him till early next season. And also he's out. So that hurts them too in the passing game big time. You know, this is where guys like Pearsall is going to have to step up. Jennings for sure is going to have to step up. I don't even know who San Fran's other tight end is. I don't even know the guy's name. Let's see, I grew up and got over hating on other teams years ago. I'm all about my pockets now. What's up, Ricky? Welcome in, man. What's up, Dave? What's going on, man?
But can you think of a team that's better than the Rams right now? I mean, just roster-wise? Like, they're by far the best team in football right now, I hate to say, but it is true.
See, I don't see that. Look, when you say better roster, are you saying all the way around offense and defense or just on offense?
Well,
because our
even
offense
like
is pretty good. I don't think they're that great on defense.
So hey, you want to hear some good news about my life? I've been trying to get under 300 pounds, right? Because I dropped from 520 to 320, right?
Yeah.
And I'm down to 302 now, so I'm 2 pounds away from getting under 300, or 3 pounds away from getting under 300 now.
Nice.
So
lowest I got was like 275.
So lowest you ever got?
Lowest I ever got when I was I was almost 600 at one point.
Yeah, you told me that.
I got down to 275, and then since I got sick, I've been putting it back on. But in the last year or so, I've lost a ton of weight. I'm back under 400 now. Finally, I've been consistently under 400, so I haven't seen 400 now in a couple of months. So I'm working on it. Still trying to get there.
How long did it take you to get from 600 to 275?
Well, I had gastric bypass, so I dropped weight like a son of a bitch. I was about 600. I had to lose 50 before the surgery, so I got down to 550 before the surgery. After the surgery, it just melted away. I lost it so damn fast. Within a year of surgery, I was down to like 325, and then just doing some of the maintenance got me down to 275. So
that's where they staple your stomach, right?
No, they actually remove part of it. The stapling is what they call the sleeve, where they just kind of quarter off a part of it. Because there's three different options. There's the band, which I don't even know if they do anymore, where they just put a band around your intestine that just closes up the opening a little bit so you can only eat so much. That's a waste of time. Then there's the sleeve where they take half your stomach, and then there's the full gastric bypass where they rework your digestive system. Texas defense will carry them to the championship. I hope the Texans win this weekend, man. Let's see. What's up, Randy N? What's up, man? Welcome in.
So were you impressed with the knowledge of the Dolphins?
Yeah, because I don't know much about the Dolphins. I mean, they got Waller. That's about all. No, I'm kidding.
What would you do?
I know a lot more about other teams because of all the years of doing fantasy, and I stay up with the other teams as far as some of their players and what worked for them with their players and everything. And so that's why I can kind of talk other teams too a little bit. Obviously I know the Raiders a lot more than any other team, but
Yeah. What would you do like if somebody like from another team's Jeff actually called in? It was really that team's Jeff this time. Like let's say it was really Buccaneer Jeff or something, and it wasn't me. Would that screw you up?
No. I don't get flustered. That shit it wouldn't confuse me or anything like that.
But you would think it was me at first until they started talking. But every team,
I would be able to tell. I could tell right away. I definitely would be able to tell right away if it's you or not.
Every team really does have a Jeff. I know for a fact there's a Packer Jeff. I know there's a Viking Jeff. So every team probably has a Jeff.
All right, Trippy.
All right, brother. I will let you go and let you get Trippy on. All
right. Thank you, brother, for popping in. I appreciate you.
Yep, I take back everything I said behind your back. No, I'm just kidding.
Let's see. Check Steele's record and their defense struggled, bro. A lot of their games were high scoring. Offense was there, but defense gave up a lot of points. I think with their defense, as long as you still have TJ Watt over there, that's still a pretty damn good defense. And I think that's the one thing that still is like a savior for them. Yeah, I'm getting in NFL shape. Yeah. Thank you. Shocking to see both AFC games on the same day. Usually they're not on the same day. They're different days, Randy. Saturday and Sunday. Bills, Broncos Saturday, Texans, Patriots on Sunday. It's just the way that graphic was done. I didn't go like Saturday, Sunday. I just went across instead. It's just the way I made the thing up. My bad. If it confused you, I apologize. But I can see why you get confused. You're a Broncos fan, so you don't know which way's up anyway. Just like you Broncos. Let's see. If Josh Allen wins Super Bowl, those old generations who witnessed 4 straight Super Bowls will be in tears. They might burn Buffalo to the ground. Dude, if Buffalo can finally pull off a Super Bowl, I mean, that would be amazing. I would be happy for them, to be honest with you. because I got a few friends that are Bills fans, and I felt their pain, man. 4 years in a row making it to the Super Bowl, and you couldn't pull off one of them. Close, the best one they had a chance to win was the very first one. It wasn't for their kicker. They had that game. That was the best team they had at that point. After that, it was just a tirade of mistakes every Super Bowl they got to after that. So, sucks for them. I feel it. But what better way for them if they win it this year? New stadium opening up next year. They're closing out. They just closed out their chapter at the current stadium. They just played their last game there at the end of the season. Now they got their new stadium going up. That'll be completed in time for that. So that would be awesome for them. I'd be happy for the Bills, especially because it's an AFC East team that's winning it. It's not New England. Yeah, the Steelers' offense was horrible this year too. They had their games. Aaron Rodgers had his time, but he shouldn't be back. But we're gonna get Trippy on here. He's a Steelers fan, so once he pops in, we're going to talk some Steelers football because I got questions, fam. So. Oh, yeah, you kidding me? Josh Allen will be forever the greatest quarterback that Buffalo ever had. They'll be like, Jim Kelly, who? I have no animosity for the Bills. Great fan base, shirtless in freezing weather, and that's that. I've been to a Raiders-Bills game, and I've seen the Bills fans up close and personal, and they are freaking crazy. 100% bunch of nut jobs. Those fans, they're one of a kind. It's just nuts. Buffalo's a fun city too. If nobody's been to Buffalo before, Buffalo's a fun city. We had a blast when we went up there for that game. Actually, the place. There's a street, it's Chippewa Street in Buffalo. When you walk down that Chippewa Street, it's on the same idea as like New Orleans in a way, where it's just bar after bar after bar on Chippewa Street. But a lot of them have balconies that overlook Chippewa Street. So people will be up on the balconies. There's rooftop bars looking down on the road and everything. When we got there that day and we were walking down Chippewa Street, there was 8 or 9 of us that went to the Buffalo game from New England. And all of a sudden, I see this guy walking towards me, and I'm God, he looks familiar. It was Tom Flores. And then remember the guy, Anthony Gonzalez used to do all the linebacker. You might remember this guy. Anthony Gonzalez used to do all the photos for the Raiders. He used to be the Raiders photographer. Well, one of the guys we were with knew him personally. So we stopped, we talked to him. And while we were talking to him, Tom Flores came back because they were going out to eat there. So he was sitting with them. Plunkett was there too at that point. It was awesome. It was just cool to be able to see them out and about like that. But we also went to the Anchor Bar, which is like the local, chicken wing type place and restaurant. So we went in there and we had just missed them. But Shane Leckler was there. Like literally we missed them by 5 minutes. Shane Leckler was there. Janikowski was there. Who was the other? There was another player that was with them. I forgot who it was now. But they were all at that same place just before we got there. So we had just missed them. But yeah, Buffalo is a great city to go to. That was fun. I personally saw 63 to 3 Raiders versus the Bills. Oh yeah, that was a bad game. They aren't the black hole fans like us. No, they're not. They're not, but they are fucking crazy. I mean, I don't think I've ever heard of Raider fans putting each other through tables and covering one of their fellow fans with ketchup and mustard. I mean, that guy that does that every game is crazy. I don't think it was Condon. It wasn't. It was a wide receiver, and I can't remember who it was at that time. Trying to think of it was a white wide receiver too, so it wasn't like. At least I thought it was. I could be wrong. Yeah, that was awesome though. All right, so I've got two people in the back. So I'm gonna actually, you know what? I'm gonna bring you both on. Um, so I'm gonna bring on Trippy first here, Steelers fan. All right, and then I'm gonna bring on Boston X. What's up, man? I'm gonna bring on Boston X, who's also a Pats fan.
Let's go.
Oh man, Pat.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep, born and raised.
Oh god.
So I'm going to ask you guys both questions here. So I'm going to ask Trippy first because his team just got knocked out of the playoffs last week. Dude, what happened? What happened last week with Houston? What was your take on the whole going on for that game last week?
Offensive play calls. I mean, it was our offensive line. If you look at our offensive line throughout the season, they were doing well at holding up against pressure. I mean, we held Myles Garrett to 0 sacks twice in a row. You know, and when it came to Will Anderson Jr. and I can't remember the other guy they got on the other side, we couldn't do shit. They were just there all the time. Their linebackers, their safeties, their corners, all the blitzes they ran, exceptional. Every blitz they ran was perfect. We couldn't run the ball. We couldn't throw the ball. I mean, we couldn't do anything. The only thing that even showed a smidge of talent was our defense, and that wasn't even enough.
Nah. And it's unfortunate because, I mean, you got a guy like TJ Watt on that team, and you can't expect one guy to hold it down and you know, to do everything for you. You know, it's obviously it's a team effort, but I mean, he balled out. He did the best that he could, but one guy just ain't going to get it done. Yeah, that's George Kittle. We refer to him as Timu Kittle.
Timu Kittle in the building.
How's Achilles heel doing? That poor bastard, man. I feel bad for him. I like.
He fucking blew his ACL again.
No, it was his Achilles this time.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Achilles.
Yeah, it sucks for him, man.
And that's a longer injury, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. No, linebacker. This was like 2009. So it wasn't Hunter Renfrow. Hunter wasn't here when Janikowski and Leckler were here. I think it was 2009 when we went to Buffalo. I forget the exact year, but Renfrow was probably still in elementary school at that point.
Probably.
Well, let me ask you this then, Trippy. Seeing as though you guys lost to Houston, and now Houston's coming to New England to play against Boston X's team. Well,
Don't remind me.
So I can already see that he's a little upset by it. So how do you think Houston's defense and their offense is going to pair up against New England? And then I'm going to ask you the same thing too, X. But I want to hear his take, seeing as though his team just lost to Houston.
I think Houston's defense is definitely going to give them a run for their money. But Drake May he's been exceptional under pressure this season. I mean, he's been balling the fuck out. But if CJ Stroud can manage to get his shit together and actually throw a touchdown or two, I think the Texans defense combined with maybe a potential step up in the playoffs from CJ could lead to a Texans win. If CJ doesn't step up, I see Drake May taking it over in the fourth quarter.
All right. And Boston X, what's your feeling on how you think you guys are going to fare up against?
See,
now, keep in mind that one thing in your favor is you guys got the home game, and the weather's not supposed to be that great this weekend either. So
the thing is, at first, I was scared because that defense is fantastic. Then I looked at the injury report, and Nico Collins is out, so his number one target is out. So he's out, which, I mean, prayers up for Nico Collins. I don't want to wish any hurt on anybody, but
yeah, I get that.
It's the best thing we could wish for. Plus, we got Christian Gonzalez back and Tonga is back healthy for this game. So I don't know. The Texans defense can give us a run for our money.
But not to intervene, but Christian Kirk was their leading receiver against the Steelers with 140 plus yards, and he came from the Jaguars as a legit threat. I wouldn't honestly even be worried about Nico.
Thing is, I think Christian Gonzalez could handle him. I think Christian Gonzalez could put the pressure on him. It's just I don't know
That's
about our
fair. That's fair.
secondary other than Gonzalez. I don't know about our secondary. If Marcus Jones doesn't step up, honestly, it's going to be like the Chargers game. It's going to be stressful at first, and then we're probably just going to click at the end.
So what do you think about your defense going up against Houston's running game? Because they obviously did a number on the Steelers' defense last week on the running game.
The running game, I feel like would stop. I'm worried about the passing game, honestly.
Yeah.
Because our defense is good at stopping the runs. It's just whenever we let up too much separation, they always get plays down the field.
What's up, maybe Vet? So
honestly, I think the passing game might be the least worry of the Patriots, considering C.J. Stroud had one interception and 3 fumbles.
Yeah,
sure. I'm gonna actually go back and look
on passing plays. All 3 of those fumbles came on passing plays too. Mind
you. You guys also got good passing defense. Our passing defense is all right. It's just we have good running defense. Is it the only thing I can say is if we don't get our shit together by Sunday, we're screwed and we're gonna lose. I'm gonna admit it. I have barely any faith in us.
Damn.
Why you actually think you're gonna lose?
That's the thing. I thought the Steelers were gonna win that game. I thought Aaron Rodgers was gonna get one more playoff game.
See, I picked.
So did I.
Rodgers coming to Gillette in the snow, that would have been cinema. So that would have just been a great way.
I was praying for it. I was. Now I'm sad as hell. We lost Mike Tomlin and Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna get to that
might
too.
Come back though. The thing is, Tomlin might come back. He's just taking a year off.
I hope he comes back as in some capacity of some kind.
He's
a true leader of people. When you truly look, this man took Kenny Pickett to the fucking playoffs. Kenny Pickett and Mason Rudolph to the playoffs. Name another coach that could do that. Like, come on.
Honestly, probably John Harbaugh. This is the only other person I can think of.
I don't think John Harbaugh could, because look what he did. He had a backup quarterback just like Tomlin did in the last for a few games of the season. Tomlin's backup went 3-0. Harbaugh's not quite.
Yeah.
So my honest opinion on this game this weekend for you, Boston X, with the Patriots in Houston, you can't have Drake May being your lead rusher, not against this defense.
No, we need Stevenson and Henderson to step up.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm looking at the stats from last week. So Drake May had 10 carries for 66 yards. Stevenson was 10 for 53, and Henderson was 9 for 27. So you really couldn't get the running game going that well. You know, you kind of had to against.
We didn't have anything going on except our defense.
Well, I mean, Drake May was still 17 for 29, 268. Yeah. Did have an interception, and he had that one touchdown.
It wasn't his best game, and for his first playoff game, I kind of expected it with that defense, but we got our shit together second half.
Well, yeah, that was just saving grace right there, to be honest with you. You were able to put more.
Yeah, Milton Williams showed why he deserved to be on the team.
You know, so it's like I picked the Texans, so I'm going by just how I've seen them play. Now when we played them in Houston, the Raiders, we almost pulled that game off. If Gino didn't throw that pick six, that game's a completely different game. We win that game. You know, you take that away, we win that game. I thought they were going to play us a lot harder than that. I don't know if we just caught them on an off day, and I'm sure you're hoping that's how you catch them this weekend. You know, you catch them on an off day. But I think if they're firing all cylinders, that defense is just going to wreak havoc on you guys, unfortunately for you.
Our defense needs to play.
Not unfortunate for me, because I'm going to be happy.
Oh, you're going to be happy if we lose.
Oh, I'll be happy.
Me too.
first show back after that divisional game, you're gonna be like, is it Boston? Hop back on. I'm gonna be like, oh God.
Oh, I expect to hear from you next Friday night for sure.
I hope we win. Honestly, I'm scared.
I mean,
this
you
is
should
the
be. I
most
mean,
scared I've been.
well, let me ask you this: would you have rather be playing against them this weekend, or would you have rather had Buffalo?
Buffalo.
Really?
Yes. Rather have Buffalo.
Seriously? Wow.
Yeah,
Hey, just think,
because
if Buffalo
we can beat Josh
wins,
Allen.
well, if Buffalo knocks out Denver next week, and you guys do pull this off this weekend, that means the championship game's here in New England, which drives me nuts that you guys would.
Oh shoot! No, if Broncos win, we have to play in Denver.
Correct. If the Broncos beat the Bills, you're going to Denver. But you
Either
still
way,
gotta
we
win.
gotta play. If Denver wins, we gotta play them next year anyway. So next year, I don't. If we make the playoffs, I don't want to hear anybody say it was a schedule.
Well, it was this year. Well, hey, all I know is I look at it this way: you guys lost 3 games, and one of those was to us. So remember that. So I'm not gonna let you forget that one. You still lost to us, the worst team, the one with the number 1 pick in the draft. You lost to us. So Trippy, let me ask you this: what's your feeling on Aaron Rodgers? You think he's back next year, or you think he's done?
We'll be tomorrow.
Did you hear me, Trippy?
What was that?
I'm sorry. I asked, do you think Aaron Rodgers is done, or you think he comes back for another year?
I think he's done.
Yeah, I think it's the
Honestly.
right thing for him to do is to finally say, "Hey, I'm out of here."
I don't. The only reason I think he even came to Pittsburgh for another year was because of Mike Tomlin, and then with Mike Tomlin leaving, I feel like that's the door shutting. You know.
Yeah, because I don't see him wanting to start over with a brand new coach for the team. You know, it's different if he went to another team, but with him already being there and they're having to hire a new coach, you don't know what he's gonna get. You know, I can see him finally just being done. You know,
Yeah.
he should be. I mean, how long are you going to try and prolong this? What do you expect? What do you think for a head coach? Like, who do you think is going to be your odds-on favorite? Who would you like to see? In other words,
Our odds-on favorite currently is Chris Shula, and my personal favorite is Clay Kubiak, OC from the 49ers.
okay.
Because Kubiak is the one who draws up the plays for the 49ers offense, and Shanahan calls them. If we can get a guy like that who can draw plays like that, and then get an offensive coordinator who can call the plays properly, I mean, it'd be an insane thing for Steelers history because you look at the last 57 years, we've had 3 defensive-minded coaches. And it would be an insane change. But when you look at the way the NFL is developing, it would only make sense.
Yeah. So linebacker U says 10-1 odds that Rodgers gets a call middle of the season next year from a team making a playoff where the stuff that goes down. Yeah, it'd be a perfect thing with just what happened this year with Phillip Rivers. You know, getting that call. Hasn't played in 5 years, Phillip Rivers, but still showed he had it. I mean, he didn't work for him, but I mean, he still showed that he could do it. So
he came out and threw touchdowns.
Yeah, well, they were hoping he was going to be able to pull them out of that playoff. I mean, the loss slump that they were in, but couldn't do it.
Yeah.
So, Boston X, question for you. What do you think? Do you feel as though you really have a legit shot to make the Super Bowl with this roster this year?
To be honest,
based on the teams that are left.
To be honest, yeah. If you think about it, if we beat Houston, that was our biggest threat. Broncos, I don't believe they can beat us. They
the Broncos during the season.
No, but the way they've been playing.
Yeah, I'm not
how many
threatened.
teams win by 1 score or less than 3 points?
Yeah, the Broncos, like I said, the thing that scares me on the Broncos, but doesn't even really like super scare me, is their defense. Their defense is definitely the better unit on that team. Their offense,
and they've only won like most of their games in the fourth quarter.
and that's just it too. And
But
I was
that's
saying
what-
that earlier. They also have a lot of their wins have all been by very short margins too. It's not like
They
they're
barely
blowing
beat the Giants by 1 point, and they had to score how many points in the fourth quarter? And we absolutely demolished the Giants. The only reason they have the 1 seed is because we didn't beat you, and that was a close game.
I mean, that's kind of shooting your own foot right there, right?
Yeah, I know. Thing is,
The only reason they have the 1 seed is because you guys lost to them.
we always
Yeah.
lose to the Raiders.
So if you've already lost to them and they have the better record, I mean they
we
have the
always
more
lose to the
consistent
Raiders
defense,
every
more
season.
consistent offense. And they're a fourth quarter team, like you said, which that's what matters in the playoffs is the fourth quarter. That's what truly matters. When you're in a single game elimination tournament, the only thing that matters is the final result. It doesn't matter how you got there.
True.
So
But-
I'm gonna go ahead. What were you gonna say?
Oh shoot, I forgot.
So I'm gonna pull this up. I want you guys to give me your picks for each game. So I'll start with you, Trippy. Bills Broncos. Who you got on that one?
Bills.
Boston. Who you got?
Broncos. I want the Bills out.
Yeah, but think about it. If the Bills win and you guys win, you get the AFC Championship game at home.
Well, we blew a 21-point lead to them at home.
Even more the reason. That's even better. All right. So the other Saturday game, San Fran at Seattle. Trippy, who you got?
I got the Niners. I think they're gonna get their revenge from that last game.
What do you got, Boston?
I got Seattle. I think Sam Darnold can pull it out.
Yeah, I won't. I just so you know, I took the Bills and I took Seattle. Trippy, Texans, Houston Texans, Patriots. Who you got?
Texans to the Super Bowl.
Gee, Boston, who you got? Houston or the Patriots?
Biased us, realistically, Houston.
Wow.
I
So
don't
you
believe
think
we
Houston-
got it this year.
I was not expecting that.
I don't believe
I
we
wasn't
got it
either. I
this
thought it
year.
was just going to be like Patriots all the way.
No,
But you know what? I respect that
I hope
because
we
you're
make it all the way.
realizing. Well, you're realizing, the team's own shortcomings against the team that's got the talent like Houston does. So I mean,
I just wanted one win in
I
the playoffs
appreciate
this
that.
year, and then next year we could have a legitimate shot because we can have the money to rebuild more talent, and we have the draft picks.
Yeah.
But if we beat Houston this year, we're going to the bowl.
All right, the last game Sunday night, the Rams at the Bears. Trippy, who you got?
I got the Rams. I want Stafford to take his second ring this year.
All right, what do you got, Boston?
The Bears.
Yeah, that's what I picked too.
Stafford MVP race is out of it if he loses to Chicago, especially the way he played against the Panthers.
MVP's already been picked. They vote on that before the
Yeah, that shows
playoffs.
why Drake May deserves it.
No, he doesn't. Stafford's
They picked
got
that-
more than
they picked that
he's
shit
got
before
10
the
more
playoffs.
touchdowns. He's got multiple hundred more yards. He's got
10 yards. He has 13
interceptions.
1-yard touchdowns. That's all I'm saying.
Stafford threw 46 touchdowns this year. I mean, that's the only stat you need right there. He threw 46 touchdowns.
All I'm saying
At one
is Drake
point,
May, if he doesn't
At
win
one
it
point,
this
he
year,
was 30-2. He had 30 touchdowns to 2 interceptions at one point. That's a 15-to-1 ratio.
if Drake May doesn't
That's
win it this year, he has a shot to win it next year. That's all I know.
I don't think.
Although some
I
people
think-
will
I
say
think they
you
have
have Mendoza. Mendoza's going to win it next year.
No.
Don't even
First
get me
rookie
started.
to win MVP.
Huh?
First rookie to win MVP, Mendoza.
Yeah. Oh, that's how people treat it. Like he's, greatest thing since sliced bread.
I do think you guys will take him. I think the Raiders will take him. I think he'll pan out to be good, but I don't think he'll be as good as they are saying. They're calling him the next Tom Brady.
Don't say that.
Don't even say that. They said Drake May wasn't. They said Mac Jones was the next Tom Brady.
Yeah,
I
they
know.
did. They did.
And what they don't realize is that Tom Brady.
Well, that was the
selected
local media around
sixth
here,
round.
though. That was the local media in New England that was doing that shit too. So
I didn't even want Drake. I mean, Mac Jones. I didn't even want him. I was pissed.
He did great for the Niners. I think you guys just had a terrible system around him at that point.
We did.
Honestly, you guys have a whole new
They were running it.
system right now.
I mean, he was doing
And
good
it
his
worked.
first season, and then we got rid of McDaniels.
Yeah, and that was the
you
problem.
should have kept them.
And then we got McDaniels back, and Drake May showing why McDaniels is a key part of this organization.
Again,
Especially
McDaniels is a great offensive coordinator. He is a horrible leader of men as a head coach. Horrible. Our roster, our locker room hated him with a freaking passion.
You know what's funny? Every time he went to a different team, he was a head coach. Every time he went to New England, he was offense coordinator.
Well,
It's
hopefully
almost like
he
they
stays.
knew where he belonged.
I don't see him getting a second chance at a head coach. I mean, he's already proven a massive failure twice. Both in the AFC West. Once with Denver and then with us. I can't see him getting a second shot.
I don't know why he went back to Denver when his first stint was terrible. First one was horrible, came back to New England. Oh, let me go back to be a head coach. Nope, come back to New England. Let me go be a coach for the Raiders. Nope, come back to New England.
Yeah.
I think we just need to sign him long term for offensive coordinator.
Yeah. And linebacker, he was right. Some coaches are just great at being coordinators, not so much a head coach. I believe that 100%.
Ron Mayo, our defensive coordinator, and then he became our head coach and was terrible.
Who?
Gerard Mayo was like our linebackers coach at
Oh
one
God,
point.
yeah. Well, he was put into that position because it was the contract he signed. The previous, the last contract he had. That when Belichick left, he was automatically going to be able to, step into that role. So they had to honor the contract. But that was a dumb mistake. That's why in the last season, right? So when we already knew that we were going to be getting more than likely getting a new coach, and it was still the last game. Patriots played at 1:00. The Raiders were on at 4:30. I was at the bar with my booster club, and your game ended. And one of the guys in the club came up to me and he goes, Jared Mayo just got fired. And at that point, I was on the let's get Vrabel. And I looked at him. I said, well, Vrabel's off the table. He goes, what do you mean? I said, he's going to go to New England. If they just fired Jared Mayo, that's where Vrabel's going to go. He's not going to go anywhere else. He may interview somewhere else, but the Patriots are going to hire him as soon as they can. And that's exactly what happened.
They will interview with us before Mayo got hired. And they probably said, you know what, give it a year. Gerard Mayo's probably going to be gone, and then we'll bring you in. Gerard Mayo, best thing he did as a coach was send Drake May for those games. His worst thing was if we got the first pick because we put Joe Milton in. If we didn't win that game, we would never had Drake May.
Yep.
Probably would have had Jaden. Who the fuck? Who was the first pick? Caleb. We probably have Caleb. Probably would have had Caleb.
Yeah, and linebacker, he's right. Mayo never should have been head coach.
That's the thing. We drafted Will Campbell.
Yeah, that's who I wanted. I wanted him.
You ain't gonna get.
Don't realize
he's ready to die.
They got two rookie offensive linemen on the left side playing side by side, and they played pretty damn good this year. I would have been.
I looked at the end of the season stats. I think he only let up like 2 sacks when he played center.
Yep. And you guys have got a couple of guys from well, you got Elman, you got
Chase
Mumford, Sweet Feet Mumford over there from us. We used to have him. He was in there when Campbell went down. I saw him in a few games playing left tackle.
On the defense. I don't know what, but I'm glad we spent all our money on defense. And then we signed Diggs, which was probably the also best thing to do. Him, Mac Hollins, which we also have them for like 3 years. All I'm saying is
It
when
might
the
still, right back to you, it might still be too early to call him the next John Hanna, but I can see it though with the way the kid plays. The kid's good. He's good.
his
John
rookie
Hanna
year,
is just amazing.
if he didn't get injured, he probably would have been in Rookie of the Year race as a offensive lineman.
So shout out to Chewy with the $1.99 super chat. Thanks, brother. He goes, I wanted Harbaugh so he can whoop his brother's ass.
We
Yeah,
all
that
knew
was-
the Giants. As soon as he went to the Giants, we knew. Get an interview.
That was the best fit for him going there, to be honest with you. I think he's
Basically trying to do what we did last year, rebuild, have a young quarterback.
Yeah,
He went from
Elminor and Van Roten are both in New York with the Giants. But, yeah, Mumford's over there. So they got a few X-Raiders over there. They got Spillane. They got Chase on. They've got Mumford. I think there's one other, too.
Chason was our best player in that wild card game.
Chason
came from the Steelers.
Yeah.
Chason tried to kill Justin Herbert. He was like, you know what? You're a Charger. I don't like you.
Didn't we trade the Spillane to the Raiders?
No, we got him as a free agent. We got him as a free agent.
Free agent.
He was on
Yeah, I think
Steelers
we had
to the
him. I think
Raiders.
we drafted him.
Yeah, you guys had him originally, and then we ended up with him for 2 seasons, and then he was a free agent.
And now he's
And he
killing shit.
called out for us.
Well, he was phenomenal for us too. He was our best linebacker for the last 2 years. He was the true leader out there on our defense. And then we just didn't re-sign him, and off he went to New England,
Jeff, I
along
gotta-
with Chase on. Well,
do you think Matt Crosby's going to return?
oh, he's going to return.
No, you think he's going to be a Raider next season?
Oh, like I said, he's going to return. It's going to be if the team wants him to. He's going to want to be back, I'm sure. I can't imagine him saying, I'm done here.
Imagine him.
I mean, there's a lot more. Well, there's a lot more talk now. There's a lot more talk now about them possibly trading him to get the draft picks, which I'm not against, to be honest with you, because we've got so many needs on this team that just there's no guarantee we're going to be able to do what we want to do in free agency to bolster this roster. Okay, you can't guarantee that. Just like you can't guarantee the draft picks are going to stick that you make too. So fans just have to look at this in a different way. You have to think outside the box, and you got to be adventurous with this. You know, if it means trading Max for draft picks, and the offer's too good to pass up if a team's calling looking for him, you have to seriously consider it. You can't just sit there and go, "No, we can't do that." You know, this. God.
We have the draft picks to give you. I'll take him.
This is the other thing too, is that number 1 draft pick just became even more valuable now that Moore's going back to college, because he was definitely going to be the number 2 quarterback coming out without a doubt. But now that he's not coming out, there's only one really true bona fide number 1 quarterback in the first round, and that's Mendoza. And if there's a team out there, hello Jets, look at us, that needs a quarterback more than anything besides us, it's the Jets. And if there's a team out there that has more to give up to get that spot, it's the Jets. They've got 2 first-rounders this year. They got 3 first-rounders next year. So they got their own this year. They've got, I think it's the Cowboys this year. Next year, they got their own first-rounder. They got the Colts first-rounder, and they got a Cowboys first-rounder. So they've got picks to move. And if we try and bluff with them and say that we're going to take Mendoza, if you really want Mendoza, we'll trade with you, but this is what we want. And if they don't call our bluff and they take it, then we can walk off with one hell of a haul and really build this roster for the foreseeable future if it's done right. But most fans just have the blinders on that are saying, we just got to take the quarterback. He's going to take care. He's going to fix it. That's not how this works. You know, everybody's like, we'll just address the offensive line in free agency. It's not as easy as you think. Because what if, first of all, players don't want to come here? That's a number 1 possibility. everybody's been wanting Linderbaum, but now Linderbaum's talking about going and following Harbaugh to the Giants. And if that's the case, he's got his mindset on probably going there, and we'll take that spot. So we can scratch him off our list if that's the case.
Yeah.
There's just so much that needs to be done with this team to propel us for the future and set us up the right way, that just one player in the first round is not going to do it. There's so much at stake. This is a pivotal point for this organization. We've got the number 1 overall pick. We're searching for a head coach. We're going to need new OC and DC. There's a lot riding on this, and this has to be done right. And if it's not done right, we're going to just be stuck in the same situation we're in now. That's what I don't want us to be. I don't want us to be stuck in that. I want to see us progress. I want to see us make it to a goddamn Super Bowl and win it before I freaking die. It's been 40-something years since the last one. 40 more years from now, I'm going to be 95. So I ain't going to make it 90 years. What was that? Oh, you froze.
We have this year. We have 11 picks.
You guys have 11?
Yeah, because all the trades we made.
Damn.
Yeah, so we also have the last pick in the draft, so we could get Mr. Irrelevant and turn him into relevant.
See, Chewy's seeing what I'm seeing. For all we know, Mendoza, and that's just it. You don't know what you're going to get with that number 1
first pick to the Jets because I would love to kill Mendoza.
Yeah. We just have to trade the 1 and Max as well.
Win Miller.
Yeah, I mean,
you can trade Max to us. We'll give you 3 picks this year. We have 11. We can get rid of 3.
Tell you what, we'll trade the picks to you, but you give us Chase on back.
No, he was
you're gonna get Max
card. Chase on tried to kill Justin Herbert the whole game. What do you have? Like 2 forced fumbles, like 3 sacks.
Oh, dude, he was on a roll the other night. The other day, that was he had a great game.
Dude,
Oh yeah, linebacker. We got the worst roster. It's horrible. Somebody the other day tried telling me in the chat, like, "We got so much talent." I'm like, "What do we have for talent?" In all honesty, we got Brock Bowers and Genti. Those are our 2 most talented guys on offense.
Your other tight end.
We're still out on Michael Mayer. We haven't seen what he's even fully capable of yet because we just haven't had him for full season since.
Yeah, Max Crosby.
That's on defense. But I'm talking on offense talent. We don't have offensive talent other than those 2 guys. And if someone's like, "Oh, we're good at wide receivers," someone else told me in a private message. I'm like, he's like, "We got Betch, we got Thornton, and we've got Tucker." I'm like, "Are you kidding me? You're calling those we're good at wide receiver? That's horrible."
Did they just say Tyquan Thornton is a good receiver?
Deontay Thornton.
Oh, I
It's
thought
horrible.
I thought if it was Tyquan, I would have said you were delusional. Have you not seen him in New England? He has this. Hold on. Yeah, but thing is, you guys had the 2nd worst roster. Jets have it worse. They don't got good quarterback talent. They have one good talent on the offensive side, which is their running back. Because they just traded their best player in the franchise right now, Sauce Gardner. Traded him. So they're in full rebuild. I don't even know how many picks they got.
Well, and that's why they did it. They did it for the picks. They got a shit ton of draft picks, man. That's why I said that's why they have 2. That's why they have 2 first rounders this year. And I would gladly trade with them. The number 1, we give them our 1. We move up to number 2, and we get their other first rounder. And then the other thing I wouldn't mind seeing doing is give us one of your first rounders next year, and let's flip flop in the 2nd round. So we would pick first in the 2nd round, and they would pick 36.
Yeah, they also have
the 33rd pick,
the 16th pick.
Yep. So we get the 2nd, the 16th, the 33rd, and then their first round of next year, and they would get our 2nd round pick, which would be 36.
Yeah,
I could do that. I don't see why that's so bad. That gives us a first round of next year. You know they're going to be shit, so you know it's going to be an early pick. You know,
Whoa. How? Oh, the Broncos. Wait, the Broncos have the 31st. Oh yeah. How do we not have the 32nd? That's my question
for what, for this year?
for this year. We have
Because
the 30.
the Broncos have the 32nd right now because they finished with the best record. That's all finalized after the playoffs. The Super Bowl's over and everything. Once that's over,
That's all I know. But
yeah.
we have
So
one.
like you can't even count on what it's saying that you guys have for a draft pick right now. That's just as it is as of today. That could change tomorrow.
We have 11 picks because all of
The
the
way what I'm saying is where you pick in each round, that will change as of tomorrow, whether you win or if you lose. So you'll either go up or you'll go down, whichever.
if we win the Super Bowl, we'll get the last pick in the draft.
True.
First round.
But you're going to lose this weekend, so you won't get the last pick.
No, I don't think we're going to win. But if we actually win the Super Bowl, I don't even know what to say.
Yeah. The Cowboys just used their last pick from the Walker trade in 1989.
Wait, really?
No, it's a joke. That just goes to show you how that. Did you ever see the history on that draft, on that trade that they made with the Minnesota Vikings for Herschel Walker? That's how they built that Cowboys team to win those Super Bowls. It was insane the amount of players and draft picks. They got so many draft picks. Plus, what they did was they got players in that too. There were 3 players that came over, and I saw a story on this where Jimmy Johnson had no ambition to keep any of those players that he got in the trade. So he would already plan on cutting those 3 players. So if he was able to cut them, he got compensatory picks. So he picked up not only all the draft picks he got in the trade, he picked up 3 additional compensatory picks for those 3 players that he eventually waived.
Yeah, Minnesota's first, second, and third. First, second, and sixth in 1990. First, second in 1991. First and second in 1992, and a third in 1992. And Minnesota only got a third, a 10th round pick. They only got 4 picks out of the whole trade.
And they got Herschel Walker, who was like supposed to be the next greatest thing, you know? I mean, he had some good times when he was in Dallas, but he never fully amounted to what they thought he was going to be. He was still a good running back, you know? But Minnesota never got what they fully
Smith, Emmett Smith, Darren Woodson, Clayton Holmes. Jesus, what?
They put together one hell of a roster. That's
Super Bowls. Minnesota got Jake Reed and 0 Super Bowls.
Yeah. Not even Super Bowl appearances. They didn't even sniff the Super Bowl.
No, they didn't even make the playoffs.
You know what? I don't think so. Look at their record during those years. I don't think they
1990 to what? 1995?
Yeah. It was huge. That was a big deal when that went down. When they made that trade, the sports world was shocked at how much the Cowboys got in return.
They lost in the wild card 4 times.
Yeah. So they made the playoffs, but that was it.
Playoffs the first season. Lost NFC wild card the second season. Lost NFC wild card second season. 1990, 1991, 2, 3, 4. They lost in the wild card. 1995 and 1990. They missed the playoffs.
The Cowboys won like 3 Super Bowls from that. So, hey, it was amazing. When it went down, it was huge.
They had so many quarterbacks leading the team. Rich Gannon, Wade Wilson, Sean Salisbury, and Jim McMahon were all their quarterbacks.
It was crazy. It was absolutely crazy. You guys fighting in the chat. Raiders may be forced to pick Mendoza. But young coach.
It's a love-hate relationship.
No, Mike, I've got just the 2, the vertical and then this one.
What I'm saying is is the vertical and then the landscape one.
Yeah.
So don't worry, it's only 2.
Need to catch up with the chat. What's up, Frank? Webb is in the house. What's up, Frank?
So,
all right. Well, hey, good luck this weekend. Anybody else that's in the chat that wants to come in for the last few minutes, I'm gonna.
I hope we win, but realistically, I do not believe in us. I have like 1% faith. All I know is if we win, that was our hardest. The Houston Texans are our hardest opponents this whole playoffs.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
if
you guys, it's gonna be a tough game. The one bonus thing for you, like I said, is you're playing at home, and
they play well.
the weather's
If
gonna be
we're playing, it'll be a different story.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cam Ward, Callaway, Thorne, next head coach between Ward and Levis. Cam Ward and Levis?
Yeah, Cam Ward and Will Levis, the mayonnaise kid that puts his mayonnaise in his coffee.
Mayonnaise coffee, jeez. I forgot about that.
That's so gross, man. That's just nasty.
I know, it's disgusting.
Yeah, Mike, I see both of them are up. I see both up there.
Honestly, I feel like the Jets are going to trade up to the first pick, draft Mendoza, and you're going to draft. I don't know who else.
I hope so.
You can still get Ole Miss's quarterback in the later rounds. Because he's not like weird.
I still want to see us take a quarterback in this draft. If we do move out of that pick, all right. Let me set this straight before everybody wants to lynch me because of what I've been saying. If we can, for whatever reason, address the offensive line in free agency, if that comes true, okay, and we are showing that we are going to protect whoever's at quarterback for the season next year, which means we're also going to protect Mendoza if we draft him. If we do that, then I am all on board with taking Mendoza at the number 1. But if for whatever reason we don't address the offensive line in free agency, and we're going to hope to do it in the draft, then I don't think Mendoza is the right pick. At that point, now you have to change your philosophy. You have to seriously consider getting more pick options to increase your roster and to build the future of this organization. If we can do it in free agency on the O-line, go get Mendoza. If for whatever reason we can't get guys in that are going to do this, then I'm all for it. I'm all for trading back and getting more value, getting more picks to for the future. So
yeah, I would trade. Well, what I would do if I was the Raiders, if they don't do anything in free agency, first I would trade back to either the second pick or between the second or the fourth. Do that. I would say draft the best possible person would probably be non-quarterback Cordell Tate from Ohio State. Best weapon available. And after that, you recognize that you need O-line, center, guards, everything. So you draft offensive weapons, offensive line, and then like I say fifth to like the 7th round, you draft defensive players to like back up the players you have right now or trade for people. Basically do a whole
like it's definitely user error. All right, I've got someone else backstage, so I'm going to have you leave, and then I want to see you back here next Friday night, depending on whether you guys win or not next week. I want you back next Friday.
Next Friday, if we lose, I'm not going to be happy. If we win, I'll be happy.
Well, either way, you should be here.
Yeah, I'll probably be here, depending on.
Hey, we didn't win much all season, and I was still on shows doing shows. So you lose one game.
I do my show on Saturdays, so I'll be able to join in.
All right. Yeah. So I'll see you next Friday night then.
All right. See ya. See you guys.
All right. Thanks for popping in.
Peace.
Go Texans. Yes, Jason. Hi.
I'm here to talk about the Birmingham Stallions.
Okay.
And I think they got a great chance this year to win their third championship in the last 4 years. We've already picked a bunch of the Raiders starters. We got Kappa, we got Forsythe, we got Gino coming in. We're gonna steamroll the UFL this year.
You're gonna be on fire. You got Gino too, right? Zamir White's available if you want him too. You need a running back.
We need a kick returner.
There you go.
Yeah.
Hey, actually, talking about kickers, we've got one for you too. He's a free agent. Might want to look at this guy named Carlson. You can have him.
Hey, I don't know, man. He kicked a 58-yarder to win the last game of the season. That's going to be tough. We're going to have to pay a lot to get him.
That's like, goddamn. No, it was actually a 60-yarder. The last one.
Yeah, it was.
It's like, God damn it! Why did he have to make this? Now we're going to be sitting there going, well, he did kick a 60-yarder to win the game, so how can we get rid of him now? Oh, God, look back at how he was during the season and last year too. So, and yeah, Duncan, I do think Caleb Rogers is going to be. I honestly think he's going to be starting next year, unless we bring in somebody that a free agent
that much better.
Him. But I see him starting next year. I think he's probably earned the shot to seriously compete for the starting spot on this roster, without a doubt.
Yeah, we talked about that after the draft last year. That is a perfect opportunity for him to develop and seize the opportunity to take that position.
Yep.
That right guard position.
Yep.
But hey, you want to talk about this weekend's games?
Yes.
All right. What you got, man?
What do you?
I didn't catch a whole lot of the show because I was working on. I had a leak on my toilet. I had to fix.
You were leaking on your toilet. You're supposed to leak pee in it now.
I had a leak on the hose on the back of the toilet that I had to fix.
You got a leak in your hose? You better go see a doctor for that.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Duncan, you ready? Boston X is still backstage. You want to bring him back in? He can come back in. I'm pretty cool with it.
No, he's done. He's got to rest up for his big game this weekend.
Yeah.
He's gotta go find some boxes of tissues for when they lose. He just flipped me off backstage. So who you got this weekend? Who are you taking out of these games?
Let's start with the Bills and the Broncos.
Oh, that's usually the first one, but yeah, go ahead.
Well, Dad, I'm doing the same thing you're doing. I'm looking at the screen. First one. Mm-hmm. Bills and the Broncos. It's going to be very, very, very important for the Bills to establish the run and stay with it. They would have beat the Chiefs last year in the playoffs had they stuck with the run. Cook was on fire, and they took the ball out of his hand in the third quarter. I don't know why coaches do, and you're up by 10 points.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you can't say, well, the game was kind of getting out of control and blah, blah, blah. Bullshit. Run the ball. That kick and run.
Where did he finish with? Yeah, he only had 15 carries the whole game.
Yeah. And then as far as the Broncos, what the key for the Bills to beat the Broncos is they're going to have to make Bo Nix very uncomfortable and tune him into mistakes and capitalize on those mistakes. Because the stakes are a little bit higher in this game. So it's you saw it with Herbert. That's a perfect example of Herbert. And that's what his nemesis was in college. You know, when the game gets a little bit big and the pace is a little bit faster, it gets a little tougher for him. And Herbert just got the shit knocked out of him in that game.
Yeah.
But I see I'm going to predict Bills 29, Broncos 21.
Oh, you're putting scores to it. I wasn't even putting scores. I was just picking.
Yeah.
All right.
I can pick my nose too, but that don't count. Hey,
all right. So who are you taking again? The Bills?
I'm taking the Bills 29-21 over the Broncos.
All right. The other Saturday game, Niners, Seahawks.
Well, I'm going with the Seahawks whether I like it or not. The only reason why I don't want them to win, the Seahawks to win, why I want them to lose, is then by that Tuesday or Wednesday, we know Kubiak's going to be our coach.
Bingo. That's the big thing. You see, he goes terrible thought. Mendoza goes back to school and we trade. The downside is if he does go back to school, just hypothetical, what hurts is if we do trade back, we ain't going to get nearly as much of a value as we would if he was still available.
He already got his degree. He don't need to go back to school.
Yeah, but he still has a year of eligibility, though. He could go back.
He could if he wanted to, but
Especially that
he's a finance genius. I would draft him just to run our finances. Don't even play quarterback. he's a genius when it comes to finances. So,
all right, so the Texans Patriots. Who you got in that one?
well, I'm reading the chat real quick because Buena goes, "Hell no, JD. I had Bills 28, Donkeys 13, not pop for me." All right. So yeah, I got the Seahawks, and the reason why I'm taking the Seahawks is because their defense has really played well the last month, and they've gotten nasty. That defense has gotten nasty. So I'm going to take them. Defense wins in the playoffs. You guys all know that, right? And I think that's the only thing that's going to hurt the Bills in the Broncos game. But all right, so we're on the Texans Patriots, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Texans because of their defense. That's going to be a low scoring game. I'm gonna take Texans 17, Patriots 14.
I think that could. I think that sounds about right.
Yeah, and Boston X. Just so you know, I don't like the Patriots. So, if they were playing the St. Louis Battlehawks, I would still take the St. Louis Battlehawks over the Patriots.
Boo this man, he says.
No, that's all right.
Just for those of you that know, he's still in the back studio, and every time Jason makes his pick, he's either clapping to it or like this one here because he picked the Texans, he's giving him a thumbs down.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck the tuck rule. That's stupid ass fucking play.
Yeah.
See, Brady Pete, you have exactly what I predicted. I predicted Bills, Texans, and Seahawks and Bears. Who you got for the Rams, Bears, Jason?
Shocker, I'm taking the Bears.
That's who I took. It's not a shocker to me.
I'm taking the Bears, and the shocker part of it is where they were this time last year.
Not you, Frank, because Frank said Patsies are going to win. That's why I said no.
That's all right. You know, really, in all honesty, I'm not worried about that game as much. If the Patriots win, so be it. But
yeah, but if the Bills win, the Patriots get the AFC Championship.
That'll make it even better because now the Bills can go to New England and win.
I'd rather them go to Houston.
Would it be in Houston or would it be in Buffalo?
It'd be in Houston. Houston won their division.
That's
Buffalo
right.
did.
That's right.
So Houston would get another home game.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, that's all I have for. I mean, the biggest thing is I'm looking for good football games this weekend. You know what I mean? And a good football game, like for example, if the Seahawks beat the tires off the Niners, then that's good.
But like I was saying earlier, the problem with the 49ers is no Kittle. And the only reason I'm going with the Bears linebacker, it's not because of their defense. I'm looking at it from where they're going to be playing. They're going to be in Chicago. The weather's going to be super shitty. The Rams are a West Coast team coming to play in cold-ass, snowy freaking Chicago. I just think the Bears are going to put up a bigger fight for it. It's going to be a good game. I think that's going to be an absolutely slobbing.
And DeAndre Swift just ran it down their backs the last time they played.
That's the other thing.
So, a good defense and a good run game will take you a long ways in the playoffs.
Dennis says the same thing because of the weather on home field, it's going to be an ice bowl.
Yeah, it's supposed to be down near 0, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's right. The UFL starts up what in mid-March, I think it is.
Yeah, something like that. I actually, when it first came out, I actually kind of liked it. I watched it quite a bit. I was like, hey, this ain't bad. I mean, I know the guys they're basically third stringers in the NFL, but at least they're getting a chance to play and do their thing. And it was entertaining, you know.
I didn't. You know what? I wanted to watch it last year, and I just never got around to watching it.
Yeah. But see, I watch all levels of
Did
football.
anybody from that league make it to the NFL this year?
Nah, I don't think this year. Turpin was the only one that I can think of that has really left there, came to the NFL, and done something.
Oh, from the
Cowboys.
Cowboys?
Yeah. That's the only one that I've seen that has really like went pow in the NFL.
Yeah, that's a good question, Frank. Will Frisco score more than 3 points?
Yeah.
He said Turpin. Well, was he in Arena first and then went to UFL?
Yeah, probably. He's one of those that bounced around.
So let me ask you this, Jason. Looking at these games this weekend, which would be the most interesting one to go live and watch?
Bills Broncos.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking.
The only reason is I truly, truly think that McDermott's still on the hot seat.
Oh, I agree with that 100%.
I think if they lose this game, then it's because the Bills are going to be opening up their new stadium next year, and I believe that ownership and I think McDermott has squeezed all the juice out of his lemon, and there's not much left.
If they lose, I think he's gone by Monday.
Yeah,
I think so too.
No,
I would just love to see Buffalo make it all the way through to the Super Bowl and win it.
Yeah, get rid of it.
Raising the banner in their brand new stadium. Thursday night football to start the season, dude. That would be just amazing. Good for Buffalo. That's a fan base that deserves it. I'm sorry. I just think their fans are just so awesome.
Them and the Lions.
Yeah, fuck the Lions.
No, they're fans, man. Come on.
Yeah, no, I know. You have the greatest running back in the NFL at one point in your team history, and they still couldn't get far enough to get anything. Those fans have been so ripped off through the years because of bad ownership.
No.
So I think I may actually go live tomorrow during that game. The Bills Broncos.
I was trying to see if Duncan wanted to go live this weekend. Hey, Duncan, if you're in the chat, hit me up tomorrow on my phone. Dial me up. We'll talk about maybe Sunday doing some stuff for Tuesday's show.
And I think if I go live Sunday, I might do the Texans-Patriots game.
Mm-hmm.
Only because I want to be live when the Pats lose. So
hey, also clarification the other night on our show when Darth Vader said that he wanted to coach someone like Gruden, I had to kind of clean that up later after the show was over. He didn't mean bring Gruden back. That's not what he meant. He meant somebody like him with the personality like him, but more of a youth to somebody younger. You see what I'm saying? Because one of the knocks on Kubiak right now is he lacks personality. That he's just and that was Josh McDaniels' problem. Josh McDaniels has no personality whatsoever. He's a prude. He's a straight up prude, man. That guy is like
dick.
All right. Yeah, he said he can go live sometime Sunday. Let's aim for the Bears-Rams game, bro. We'll watch that one live. If anybody's in here, I will. Let me do this real quick.
Yeah, you know what? Why don't I'll set it up in my studio for the Texans Patriots,
Okay.
And if you guys want to jump in with that one, or one of yous, or both of yous, or whatever, and then maybe I'll jump in with you guys later on for the Rams Bears.
Anybody in here that's not linked up with me, there's my YouTube. And then at Duncan's Donut, Donuts, Duncan Raiders. This is my partner in crime's YouTube channel. You guys, if none of you guys have linked up to us or subscribe, go ahead and get a chance sometime tonight. Subscribe to those channels on Tuesday nights. We do Raider Nation Show Me Your Shield, which is fan driven. So we're trying to bring fans in, kind of like what Jeff's doing tonight with No Huddle with other fans. But we bring in Raider fans and kind of get an implementation of how your fandom is versus maybe somebody else's. Last Tuesday we had Darth Raider on, which is an honor and a privilege because he's one of the since 1995 has been one of the super fans, along with Violator, Gorilla, and they're all connected. They're all friends. So it's one of those deals where, you get a chance to have one of those personalities or one of those people come on your show. It's a privilege. So, and I locked in his brother because we're going to probably bring his brother back on some other time too. That guy's pretty sharp. I like him.
The linebacker says the closest thing to Gruden is his own disciple, McVay, because he looks just like him too, in a way. He does. He acts like him. The mannerisms, the whole 9 yards.
Yeah.
It'd be like a spitting image of him out there. So yeah, make sure you get over to @Raiders First Downs. That's Jason's channel. If you haven't subbed already, make sure you get over there, hit that subscribe, hit the notifications. Make sure you guys hit the notifications because if they go live during the day this weekend for one of the games, you want to get notified for it. And then Donuts, Duncan's. Is that the right thing, though? Oh, yeah, Donuts,
Duncan Raiders.
So go over to his channel also. They do their show on Tuesday night, Show Me Your Shield. So make sure you hit those both. Hit the thumbs up, hit the sub, hit the notifications. And, they're on Tuesday nights at what time, Jason?
5 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. We will be having a floating schedule to accommodate certain we might sometimes go to start at 6, 4, depending. I know Duncan and I have talked about that, trying to keep it, if something comes up, trying to keep it. But we want to lock in on Tuesday. I know you and 805, you guys have your shows on Tuesday nights as well. And but we try and squeeze in the middle there. And I know 805 has been a big supporter of Severe.
My show doesn't go on till 10 o'clock my time, so 7 o'clock yours. So
yeah,
you guys are pretty much done by the time we go on. So there's no.
And we can be your opening act. I mean, that's not a big deal.
No.
Sometimes the opening act is better than the headliner. So
there you go.
Oh, breaking news! I found out yesterday. I don't know if you heard. Metallica will be playing at the Sphere.
I can see that. It did, yeah, but it's are they not scheduled like long term there or something?
They're starting with 15 dates. They're probably going to do like what the Eagles did. The Eagles, because they have to lock in so many dates, right? And they have to put what's weird is the band has to front a bunch of money to get in there. And then because they have to change a lot of the arrangement, like their pre-show and what they do, because when they do a standard show, they have all their pyrotechnics and stuff. You don't use any of that in the Sphere. The Sphere does everything for you, but you have to pay for it. So, and you have to, and there's also the thing there in Berkeley, there's what's called this mini Sphere. They also have to allocate some money towards that as well. So it's kind of the guy that runs it was on JT the Brick yesterday. He was explaining. I was like, man, that's
really,
yeah. So I'm sure some of the bands, but ticket prices for that are going to be the nosebleeds are going to be $500-$600.
I know.
You just know it, man.
But it's one of those. It's one of those. If you've never seen them live, you kind of want to go and see them, especially in that atmosphere. It's just I've seen the inside of that, like videos and shit, so I could just only imagine what it's going to be like for a Metallica concert.
Yep.
It's going to be off the wall.
I would like a Pink Floyd concert in there too. That would be cool. because you know how Pink Floyd used to do their lasers and stuff, but to do it off
Yeah.
the walls, man, that would be. Yeah. Hey, James Furpo in the house with the Raiders. Raiders.
Yeah, I don't do that on Friday nights now.
No, that's right.
Keep it biased.
This is supposed to be a neutral show.
Yeah.
That's why I don't have my Raiders jersey on.
Yeah, but all the shit behind is all Raiders. Well, all right. I got nothing else.
No, I had fun, man. Thanks for letting me come in. I'm sorry if I made you mad this week. I apologize. When I see you, I'll give you a kiss and a hug.
No, you're good. You don't have to.
No, I do.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do.
I'm not going to the draft then.
Yes, more room for me in the pit. Actually, I changed my mind. I'm not going to go to the draft because, there's some. Well, a couple of my buddies, one of them was a Steelers fan. I hit all of them up, and he's like hardcore. He goes to like 2 or 3 games a year back there. So I'm thinking, well, shit, I'll get him to go because he could be our tour guide while we're there, right? I ain't going to no stupid draft.
What? It's in his hometown.
I know.
Damn.
I know. But he's being all. I don't know. I think he's a little tight on money. So
it's free to go to the draft. Doesn't cost you anything.
Yeah, no, but we got to get plane tickets, hotel.
You said he lives in Pittsburgh. Didn't you say
no,
he lives?
No. A buddy of mine that goes. He's a hardcore Pittsburgh Steelers fan. He goes to the games about 2 or 3 times a year.
Never mind. I thought you said he lived there.
Uh-huh.
All right. Well, we're going to call it a night, folks. It's been 2 hours and 10 minutes. Again, anybody that's in the chat still, if you know anybody that's a fan of any of the other 31 teams in the NFL and they want to, and they talk with their team, invite them here, share the link for this show, let them know every Friday night, 9 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Pacific, usually run about 2 hours, and I give opportunities for fans of other organizations to come in and talk their team. Again, whether they're in the playoffs, they got eliminated, they're looking for a head coach, where they're drafting, have them come on over, and we'll get them on camera. So, again, I've had a Steeler fan on tonight. I had a Patriots fan on tonight.
Has Marcus Banks come on yet?
No, I keep wanting to get on, but never hear him. Accelerator started off the show coming on for about 15, 20 minutes, and then we ended with Jason coming on here. And, so we'll see what happens with the playoffs this weekend. Again, make sure the notifications are on because I will be going live probably for the Bills-Broncos game tomorrow.
Hey, sure. Frank, real quick. I did a song that's in my studio that I want you to hear. So one of these days on Tuesday, hit me up in the chat and I'll play that song for you. It's pretty cool. It's pretty. Even Jeff said, "Huh?"
He wrote it just for you, Frank. You should have seen it.
It's sweet love nothing, man.
His heart was pounding out of his chest as he was writing it, and his eyes turned to little hearts. He was so excited.
Yeah,
he's such a big mush ball. See what I mean? Look at him. Yeah. All right, everybody. Have a wonderful evening. Have a great weekend. Enjoy the games this weekend. And Monday night, Mendoza, Indiana, going up against Miami. I am going to go live for that game. So, Jason, if you're in.
Nope, I'm watching it by myself.
Are you really?
Yeah, because I want to see who we're going to get with the number 2 and the number 16 pick.
Okay. Hey.
And if it's the person I think we would take at number 2, I'm buying his jersey.
Oh, I think I know who you're talking about.
Yep.
Happens to play on the other team. Opposite Mendoza.
No, he plays for Ohio State.
Who?
Caleb Downs.
You want to take a safety at number 2?
I don't care what fucking position they play. He's a baller.
I'd rather take the guy that's going to break Mendoza in half on Monday night.
Oh, did you see that video I sent you?
Which one?
The one from Cal Berkeley last year?
Yeah, I want.
Where he broke Bane's ankles in the backfield and scrambled for 15 yards. Yeah, okay. Bro, just straight up, but went right by him for 15 yards. And Bane sitting there going. So if anybody has any druthers about Mendoza going against Cal or going against Miami on Monday night, he's already played that team before when he was at Cal. And they should have won that game. They lost 39-38. He balled out 300 yards, had some tutties, and was tossing it around the yard like no tomorrow. He did throw a pick six, but the guy he threw a pick six to is now on his team at Indiana and not in Miami. So we're good there. That's Pons.
Dennis, you can guarantee as soon as we hire a head coach, I'll be firing up a live right away, whatever that happens.
Yeah.
Whether it's tomorrow, next week, whatever. Trust me.
Trade Crosby for AJ Brown. Hey, you know what? We'll talk about it later.
Yeah.
I have a trade idea for Crosby. I don't want to trade him, but there's a trade idea I have.
Go
Kind of
Raiders.
goofy.